another Monday night, man. Another glorious Monday night, man. You know, we here on the Aspiring Artist Showcase, man, with the homie Faith Music, man.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna introduce ourselves, man. I'm Mark 11, man.
Hey, and I am that boy Stony Hill. I'm feeling wonderful today. I hope you are too.
Hey man, and as you're feeling wonderful, I'm feeling magnificent. This your boy Cat 9. What's going on, good people, on this magnificent Monday? Y'all
Yeah.
all right?
Absolutely.
Hey man, we in here
Feeling
today,
good, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know the weather a little shaky, but we gonna keep the sun shining in here.
You already know.
Yeah, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I'm just ready to get into this artist we got today, man.
Oh, yeah, man. I know you got something to say, man. He working on some things.
Hey, music in the building. What's going on, man?
What's good, fellas?
Hey man.
Oh man, life is great. Can't complain. If I do, I'm gonna repent about it. So, yeah, man. But just working on music. I'm married now. That's a whole nother different.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's a whole nother ministry itself, brother. So,
Absolutely, man. In a good way.
yeah, work, everyday work, not just one day, not one time, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays work. So, yeah. So, but I couldn't be happier, man. I chose good.
Hey, man.
If not
Amen.
her, I would be by myself. Trust me.
Oh boy, those are some powerful words there, Mark.
know that right.
Powerful words.
And that's a man said
I'm
that.
taking
He'll be
notes.
by himself. All right, man. With no further ado, man. Hey, who is Faith Music, man? Tell the audience who is Faith Music, man.
Faith Music, man. Born and raised in Atlanta, GA. Original Atlanta, not this new Atlanta.
Okay. All right.
Let's get this out the way first.
All right. All
Let's
right.
get that out the way first.
All right, make it clear, make it clear.
Okay.
Man, somebody who we all know what faith is, man. So somebody who chose to always defeat themselves before they had the opportunity to take a foot forward. You could be anything you want to be, and the first thing I would say, I can't do that. I can't do that. You know, I got tired of doubting myself. You know, so along came, back when we was kids, gospel was the gospel, church was church. That's how we treated it as such. But nowadays, man, it has an impact. If you live in it, it has an impact. So as I got older, man, I said, having this gift of the ability to write rhymes and put them out in the metaphors and lyrics, I told myself, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it the right way, but I can't doubt myself. So, all these names out here everybody has, man, I thought about faith.
Okay.
Put it in my music, and that's how I became who I am now. And vocabulary has grown very, it's expanded.
Okay.
As far as
Okay.
the music is concerned.
That's a good thing, man.
So,
It's a good thing. But yeah, man, just piggybacking off of that, man, name is Faith Music, man. Even in your bio, you put faith in that kind of heavily. So, listening to the music these days and at these times, man, it's a lot of garbage being thrown out there, a lot of seem like it's just all about the wordplay and less content.
Yeah.
But even in your bio, you're saying your message is really like a faith-based message. So it's kind of strategic how you put your faith out there instead of more so trying to show them your skills and your ability and things of that nature. It's more about your faith. So with the lifestyle we live in today, how important is it to stress your faith?
wow. It's very important, but let me say this. If you're doing too much, if you're trying to perform, your faith looks fake. Sometimes in this life you gotta live it instead of trying to prove to somebody that you're living it. Otherwise, it looks fake. So you're gonna make your mistakes, but you got to press forward. You got to push.
Okay.
Faith is something you got to have in this times, especially when the book is coming to life. I'm gonna speak,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say it like that.
Oh, yeah.
Man, people doubt themselves quick, and then you know, when they do doubt themselves, they always blame somebody else for the doubt.
Okay.
Oh, such keeping me down. Such didn't do anything. If such didn't put his hands on you or take something physically from you, you got every direction and every opportunity to do what you need to do to be substantial in whatever you want to be in. So,
Absolutely.
especially if it's music. You know, us nowadays, we go independent. We don't need no record labels. You know, I had to explain that to my wife. She's a record label. I'm like, no. You don't understand the business like that. It's a back end that we don't want to see. So,
Right.
But it's gospel. It's hip hop. I'm trying to speak to your head and your heart. You know,
Okay, come
as
on.
much as I can. But like I said, I don't want to put so much out there and try to prove my faith to you. I just want you to see it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, who am I when I'm trying to prove something? It does nothing for me if I'm trying to prove it to you. I want you to see it, but trying to prove it to you, it makes me look like I'm fake and I'm just doing it for a show or some type
Oh,
of
yeah.
hobby.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
So yeah, so
Understandable. Very much understandable.
yeah.
Well, we got the Homie Faith Music in the building today, man.
Yes, sir.
So happy to have you here, brother. When I first met you, okay, I want to say it was Faith in Fayetteville, but it could have been before then.
Yeah.
It could have been. But I just remember he came up to me and I said my name was Stony Hill. He was like, Hill?
Yeah.
Hill. He was like, you know Coach Hill? I'm like, yeah, that's my dad.
Oh, like, oh.
And so I was like, oh, man. So, you know, it was a small world, instant connection there.
Yeah.
Then he proceeds to say after that, go home and ask your dad about me. Right? He said, go home and ask your dad about me. And then he said, he gonna remember me, just ask him about the food fight.
Yeah.
So after the show, I go home. I say, my dad, he always asks, you know, how the show was, how the event go. Was Mark with you? Was Kyle with you? You know what I'm saying? They're always with me most of the time. But anyway, he says, how did the show, how did it go, or whatever. And I said, well, it was a guy there named Faith Music. And he looks at me like,
Who was that?
who is that? And I said, well, his name is Robert Stokes. And then he was like, Robert Stokes? He said, Robert Stokes doing gospel rap?
Look at you.
So like, yeah, he doing gospel rap.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, that's good. He said that's a good thing to do. So yeah, instant connection there. I had to bring that out real quick. Also, I want to bring this up before I ask my question. Your boy Majors just said you only 5 years out from the new ATL. So
Stop it! Of course he wouldn't do that.
To put him out there.
Hey, you know I know how to call you when I leave here.
But what sparked your love for gospel rap? What made you want to get into gospel rap?
Oh man, like I said, growing up, church was church. As I got older, man, you know, I had you know, I knew I used to be in the TV all the time and watching the artists, mimicking them and just doing it. You know, I wasn't an artist at that time. I was just somebody who listened, mimic, and then freestyle. You know, the tape recorders with the press play, you know, that we used to have. And then you record yourself and you rap to it, but I ran into, man, you know, I used to be a part of World Changers.
Okay.
I'm no longer part of World Changers, but I was there, and you know, I seen an artist by the name of Ken Jones,
Okay.
and I was like, these guys. I was like, he's rapping. I'm like, where did this come from? I was like, he's rapping. I was like, how can you infuse the gospel with, you know?
Right.
So I was like, wow. Like, okay. I said, I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, along with Mama dragging you out the door saying, baby, when you go get your life together, when you go to church, go down there and get your life saved. Mama dragging you, you trying not to go. I'm like, Mama, I'm on my time. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right.
but I had already been rapping, man. So, couple of things happened in my life. Made me made me get into the book. Seen a couple of things going around in my life. You know, I got into the book. At that time, though, I want to say something real quick. At that time, I was kind of doing it in fear. You know what I'm saying? Just you're doing church in fear, whatnot. But a couple of things happened, and I ended up expanding. When I say expanding, meaning getting into that book. And I get into that book, you know what I mean, the Most High, you know, he put a lot of thoughts in my head. So I was like, okay. I started doing this stuff, and a friend of mine, man, shout out to Sherman Hurd, who blessed me with some beats, man. I didn't have to come out my pocket not one time.
Wow.
And he blessed me with some beats, and I kid you not, and I work at this job to this day. He gave me these beats, and he was the security guard at the time. And every night I would leave, I would stop by the security guard booth, and we would go over some of the tracks he did. And I so happened to come out with one song I did. It was called Revivers. When I literally wrote that song after work in that booth with him every time I gave him work. So it was like to the booth, after work, I'm writing a song. So long story short, man, I started doing this gospel, man, and I was like, oh man, Faith Music is born, or should I say FM Stokes at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he gave me a lot. You know, he gave me a lot to use, and when I used that, man, I created my platform of who I am now.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Dope.
So, I heard you say that you were recently married.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
So, for all the lovebirds out there, okay, and those thinking about marriage, okay, what would you say are 3 tips for keeping a healthy and godly marriage? Coming from somebody who just got married, though. But so far, what you just got, what can you say?
Let me break it down real quick.
Break it down, brother. We need the nuggets.
Do not get you someone that you lust for. Get you someone who, I know some people look for the looks. Some do.
Absolutely.
And that is absolutely one of the bigger mistakes of relationships today. If I had a ministry, it would be about relationships, to be honest.
Okay.
If I had, my own little ministry, if I wasn't rapping, it would be about, relationships. Get you somebody that if you're broken, when I say broken, I mean not your spirit, but when you're starting something off, and who don't mind being in the trenches when you in the trenches with you, in the mud with you when you first starting off. That's who you want to keep. Somebody who after 5 years, if you hadn't put a ring on, it's still the same and hasn't changed on you. Those the ones you want to build those from the floor up. Those are the ones you want to start out with. The ones y'all built something from the ground up. It wasn't I didn't lust for you, or I didn't love you out of emotion. I was checking for your heart the whole entire time. Somebody who's always gonna love you from the inside out and not the outside in. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want, especially in these day and age. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
People falling in love on trying to get how can I say it? Financially love. That makes sense. I love you financially.
I love you financially.
Yeah.
Speak on it.
Condition.
Sorry, Mark, I had to take it.
Condition.
He looked like she could keep me stable.
Okay, I was dumb. I had a brain fart.
No.
Trying to get carried.
I may have
Conditional.
I may have said it randomly, but no, you want some. You don't want somebody in this day and age. Somebody looking for somebody who can financially stable them, and I'll be looking like, don't ever. Always get with somebody who's was in the trenches with you. Shout out to my wife, man. and I tell people every day, and I post it every day, marriage will make you deny all the things you say you wasn't.
I actually saw you post that the other day.
Yeah. It'll make you deny it. My wife called me selfish one time, and I was like, no, I'm not. What you talking about? No, you're not. I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, yes, you is. And I end up doing something that was selfish. And I said, you know what? Yes, I am. And then from that time on, I practice being unselfish. So when I'm out, no matter what I'm doing, baby, need something from the store? You want me to get this? You want some of this? She taught me that because she's that type of people. She's the type of person that has a heart for people, and she don't hardly make time for herself. So when I say I looked up good. You know what I mean? So
Man, you know
the
the
Most High
Lord
blessed
sent that
me,
lady
man.
to you, man.
Yeah.
Say the Lord.
You know the Lord sent that lady to you, man. The Lord.
Yeah, no, she's yes. Yes. I know he
I
did.
have to marry for looks, and I need to save you right now because there'll be somebody saying, "What?
Yeah.
Oh, look, she's absolutely
She's beautiful.
That's
Yeah, she's
what I'm
gorgeous.
saying.
Yeah.
You know, I was
She's
gonna say
gorgeous.
something
Oh,
about
yeah,
that,
yeah.
man.
Well, I
I'm-
I was
If
gonna
I-
say something about that.
Yeah.
You
She a
in there,
beautiful
bro.
woman.
Yes, my wife is beautiful. That's
Yeah.
a part of it, but that's not the bigger reason why.
There you go.
Say,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you met her with a
That is-
blindfold on or something?
No.
A blindfold on.
Hey, you got to hear. Hey, you got to hear.
Why I feel like the room done got
man,
dark
we
and I'm
gotta be
the white light in
Hey,
here.
no, bro.
The room done got dark and I'm the white light in
Hey,
here.
we gotta let him get it all out, though. You know what I'm saying? Just get it all out, man. That story
Yeah,
sounds great.
my wife is absolutely gorgeous to me, man.
Hey.
But her heart is her heart is the sexiest thing I've run into.
Okay, come on.
There we go.
All right.
You know,
Yeah.
I've had relations. I've had
Man, on it
relationships.
today. I gotta write some of this.
Faith Music Relationship Monday with the Royalty Boys on the Inspiring Artist Show. Hey, y'all calling in, y'all got some questions. Y'all think about getting married. Y'all think about just pursuing a relationship. Hey, we got it today.
That's what I'm saying. Don't be calling in if you're lusting.
We don't have no lust.
Yeah.
We don't have
do
answers
it.
for lust. Hey,
Yeah, don't do it.
Run to Jesus for that one.
You know what I'm talking about?
Don't do it.
Somebody wants to know that
Hey.
they're getting married September 2nd
Mm-hmm.
to someone who is an ordained minister. Do you have any advice?
Ooh. As my big bro teaches me, man, spirit. Learn somebody by their fruit. Fruit is important. Don't be forced to do something based on a title. Don't ever based on a title, because titles are temporary. Man, because they are ordained. That doesn't really mean anything in this life now. Right now, in this era, in this generation, a title doesn't mean anything. It's all depend on how he treats you. Do you see the Most High God in his life? Not in his his walking, but in his heart. Anybody can show you. I can show you the outside, but what am I meaning? How can I break this down? I can show you who I am. I can fake who I am, and then the next day I can show you something totally different. So, examine, watch. Are you like Christ? Are you like the Messiah? Do you have a heart for me? Do you have a love for me like he did for the people? Titles, man, don't. What's the title? I'm FM Stokes on the mic, but at the end of the day, when the mic comes off, I'm Robert Stokes. You know what I mean? And then I still got a wife to go home to. I still have to. She's not, music. She's a part of the music, but she's not the one writing the lyrics and paying for the studio time and things like that. I am. So when the gloves come off in the studio, I still have to go home and be who she married. And like I say, in a household, it ain't perfect. You may see people who try to make their marriage look like it's perfect. It's not. It's easy to it's easy to, I can tell people, hey man, it's great in my house, and it is great in my house. But if it's bad in my house, I'm not gonna let you know it's bad in my house. I'm gonna have that conversation with my wife, and if we got any bad issues, especially with me, I'll be the first one to go to her and say, I was wrong. I did that. That was my fault, because I know how to mend. If a house is a home, I know how to mend that broken home real quick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't want the issues. You know how they would say, don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't literally take it as a cliche. I really have to live that, life, because I grew up in a house full of women, and they taught me it taught me how to treat a woman. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Okay.
when I got older, I told myself, I said, man, no matter what I'm doing, when I get married, my wife, I'm gonna make sure that everything is well in my household.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I had to do that, man. And like I said, she brought a whole new avenue to my music ministry, man.
Okay.
Whole lot of avenue.
Blessed him.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That laugh says it's a little deeper.
Yeah, it's deeper.
Tapping into it. I mean, bringing out some of those areas that we try to hide and
Yeah.
we don't want to deal with, but we expect for somebody else to deal with. And it's just like, no, if love is really there and at the heart of it, it's gonna bring out some things for you to have to face as a man and as a woman, and go ahead and deal with that. But then the love is gonna encourage you to make sure you deal with that as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you have to go down that avenue. You can't just let it. You can't let it. You know how a pot boil. You know how a pot starts in a pot with water, and then it starts to boil, and then it eventually boils out. And now you got to smoke and fire. Nah, you want to cut that thing off at the point of when it's boiling. Cut it off.
Yeah.
After it didn't finish boiling, cut it off. That's where you good. You solid now. So, but meaning take care of the issue now.
Okay.
So you don't want the issue, man. My mama, and I got sisters that, they Mike Tyson, so they'll come at me if they find out.
The one here to quit her.
Yeah. So and a mama-in-law that I got, she don't play no games. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So.
Yo, so once again, people, the phone lines are open. That's 770-988-6461. That's 988-6461. If you have any questions, we're going to dive in a little bit more with Faith Music and just him coming to be the man that he is now in his faith and in his music and in his walk with Christ and, being a brother and being an example, being a married man. And let's go back a little bit, man.
Okay.
To talk about, like, just some of those things that you found yourself having to struggle with, and even the call of God on your life when you realize, like, okay, you know what, I got to let this go, and I got to go ahead and come closer and draw closer to God. Like, what was that? What was that experience for you?
Now hold up, Faith.
Jesus'
Faith
name.
Music.
Hold on.
In
I
Jesus' name.
really want to get to this,
Okay.
but Kyle, we're gonna come back to it.
Okay, we'll come back
We're
to
gonna
it.
come back to it. But we're gonna get to this stand up real quick.
Stand
Okay.
up.
Okay. Stand up, man. Quit complaining. What you complaining for? If you complaining about something and you ain't making no move on it, don't complain. So that mean, that mean stand up. People always say, "Oh, such did this. They ain't doing that." Well, get off your butt. Do faith. Faith don't work without movement. So you gonna have to move. So you got to stand up for something. So
Come on.
don't talk and cry and whine and such doing this. You gonna have to stand up about it.
Amen.
So if you got an issue, I can't get nothing done if I'm sitting here saying such hit me, hit me. You don't whine about it. No. What I'm gonna do?
Stand up.
What I'm gonna do? You gonna have to stand up, man.
All
You know
right, man,
what I mean?
let's stand up then.
With the police brutality, stand up for it. With the presidential stuff, which I ain't gonna get into, stand up for it. But
Absolutely.
it's a whole nother agenda behind the political stuff. I'm not gonna get in that. But just stand up, man. It's a song I came up with, man. And like I said, I've expanded very, very much so as far as my music is concerned, man. So
We appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
We gonna get on to that song though, ain't we, brother?
Let's get to it, man.
We're gonna get into that stand up,
stand
man.
up.
Let's get into that
Hey,
stand up, man,
y'all
by
better
FM
stop
Stokes,
sitting down.
man.
Yeah. You gonna have to quit blaming people for your issues. You gonna have to stand up for something. You did? Messiah, you know that I'm in love with you. No matter if it's up or down, you always follow through. My attitude is loyalty, my heritage is royalty. Cause I step on the heads of serpents, cause the peace I have is worth it. Be like, yeah, okay, man up and get ready, Living is full of politics, navigate the course to a destination. Get the news out, no sleeping on us. Woke up for the lies, no matrimony, boy. And death can't breathe under pressure, cause the life and the people won't let up. Glad that I get it, light to my dark color, so vivid. Shot that word in my vein, didn't hit my heart. Heard a beat when I spoke that verse, came about that curse. Said Christ, he did it. Never stay down on my knees with my hands up high. Grateful be the attitude, no guns, up police intended. Woo! Well, this is humbling to my testimony. R.I.P. to them foreign strong. Now wish a death upon them with my next opponent, You know the most high's in control. So to worry yourself is lost time. As long as the spirit gives wisdom, fishing for kings.
Shoot aim from the short line.
I'd rather be left than taken. Bring a sword to your peace. And if the dialogue don't fit, compromise is a sickness. Getting twisted, that's poison and emotions. Deadly and so potent. You think grace is to get out of hell? Free card every time, you better be focused. Let's go. Gotta get out, do
something.
Just don't perish for
Nothing.
You know. If you didn't know that faith don't work without movement, you gotta put action to it. It's righteous when you use it, but everything has a way of working out. So I stand up for these gifts that's given, apply the work in my life. I know the sin that God's keep watching me. Let the scriptures cut like a knife. Gotta edify for this world we live in. Apply the words of this fight. Tell the walls down, no they can't stop the breach. Say the truth spoke up and decided to preach. I stand up for this grace, boy. Stand up, I got grace, boy. Know the elder, he was watching. To the title, all ran philosophy. Give me discernment about these vultures. With the walker dead from all corners. Let him and her, no matter who go get it. It's so much more to the life we live in. Totally imperfect, the wrong example. Fail every time cause the flesh stay amped up. Fall to a trap like a certain rich ruler. Looking up from down under, think of war, they gon' cool ya. And so much food for thought. And most parents trying to rock the boat. He took the blue pill, wanna live the life. Another day Hebrew on a social site. Persistence, we don't fail. Keep those doors to the woods, caves in. And everything that has life, if it hits home, then shout amen. And if you got a problem with the real, then take it to with my God. Cause he knows how to handle the beat. Somebody tell the enemy to fall back. I set your ears on fire, verbal contact. Well, this is dedicated to my brothers in the life. Seek the truth in you and find it. And promise they be alright. An invitation to my sister. Your strength is also needed. Stand up for the world we live in. Stand up for the kingdom living. Let's go.
That was that Stand Up by FM Stokes, man. Thing had me bouncing up in here a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we're going to get some more into this music, man. Going to get back to K9 in a second. But as always, we want to thank the listeners for listening in every Monday, 7 p.m. The Aspiring Artist Showcase with them Royalty Boys.
Yes,
I'm going to give a few shout-outs real quick. Shayla Jackson, John Williams, Jamelia Hall, William Brown, Logan Dixon. I didn't say it William Brown, but we know majors. Marlon Favors, Kamala M. Crockett, Sonia Quinn Freeman, everybody who's tuned in. I can't name them all because there's so many, but make sure you tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, anybody you can think of, your best friend, your bestie. Tell them tune in Monday nights, 7 p.m. The Aspiring Artist Showcase with them Royalty Boys, and we're gonna talk about it all.
Yeah.
Today we talked about marriage, but hey, we're gonna talk about it all.
Hey, man.
So,
Yes, sir.
but I'm gonna kick it back over to the homie K9 because I don't want to be talking too much. K9.
What was I saying? Yeah, but like I was saying, bro, just going back and realizing just, some things that you had to overcome and your walk. Let's go back down the road, or back down memory lane, that song would say, and just let's talk about that moment when God called you and some things that you were dealing with and you realized it was time for me to let that go.
To be honest, sometimes, how can I say this? If you, as the scripture said, man, if you're struggling with something and the Most High, you get healed from it. Most High heal you from it, and then, they clean that house. If you allow those same issues back in, it's gonna come back 7 times worse, or it's gonna be worse than what it was
Right.
from the beginning. So, as we strive for perfection, not being perfect, but striving for it, you tend to sometimes make mistakes, if you want to call them mistakes or whatnot. And me, man, I grew up dealing with a issue. I ain't gonna get too personal about it, but I grew up with an issue, man, that most men deal with. You know, we gonna say that. But some don't deal with it because they don't see it as an issue. But when you see it as an issue, you try to get rid of it, and then the things that create, the things that draw you back into it, you see it, and you end up finding yourself back, man. So, but I had to let that go. And then, like I said, I mentioned earlier about doing my walk in fear, not wanting to suffer the consequences of not living correct. You know what I mean? I don't want to go to hell, so I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Until I had to grow up and say, okay, let's get real. Let's stop faking the funk. Let's you know you're gonna screw up sometimes.
Right.
That's cool. But don't act like you don't have no spirit guiding you. Some people are screw up and say, I'm okay. But if you really have that spirit on you, that spirit will say, no, you need to talk. You need to talk to the Most High and get yourself back, get back on that line, walk that straight and stay off that crooked as much as you can. Mm-hmm. And you know, Mom was a big influence. Sisters was a big influence to stay on straight. I had to get off of that, man, because you find yourself beating yourself up. All praise to the Most High that I don't have no deep-rooted condition. If it was, you know, I couldn't do the music. I would be too busy trying to get myself back in order. So, but, you know, all praise to the Most High that I can move without thinking so much on or dwelling on pain or letting Satan keep me down to where I can't move. Some people allow Hasatan to say, you know you done screwed up, so you know you can't do it the right way no more. Come and join my team. Mm-hmm. Nah. Who told you that? Who told you that? Repent about that thing and keep moving. You know what I mean?
Keep trucking in faith.
Keep trailing, man. Stand up. Move. Let it rain. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Don't let that mud hold you down. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna have it on your head. It's gonna come. But you have to take that lick by allowing that umbrella to come off your head. Let that rain hit you. Eventually, you'll get to that shelter. You know what I mean? So the rain won't last for long. But go through it. You know what I mean? Till you get to that the end result.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
Yeah.
And make it rain, which is what we'll be getting into a little later, hopefully.
Yeah.
But even as we talk about, you know, your faith walk and, you know, you brought out the song Stand Up and Make It Rain and your writing process. Where do you draw your inspiration from? Or, like, how do you find yourself, you know, in that process of coming up with the songs that you do and, like, share with us that?
Everybody's life. Work. When I wake up in the morning, what happened to me that day? Who got on my nerves? Political issues.
Okay.
Racism. My wife make me mad. Anything. Mama calling me too much. Cause mama like to call you now. When you get married, that's one thing I tell you. When you get married, expect more phone calls from your mama.
Oh, Mondoose, yeah.
Yeah, she'll call you more. Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She will call you a lot.
You the first baby.
Because I'm the baby of 2 girls. So, but I have 6 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay.
So, but I'm the 4th oldest of everybody. Papa was a Rolling Stone, so to speak.
Okay.
But man, writing process, man. I wake up sometimes. and my thought process is wide open 9 in the morning, early in the morning. And if I hear a beat and I get to moving, because I'm a freestyle at heart before I'm a writer.
Okay.
That's why I started it. Pen is easy. Freestyling is where you got to screw up to get better.
Okay.
But I take to that pen, and if I go home and I got a thought on my head, I sometimes be at work and they be like, "Man, you're supposed to be on that phone." I'm like, "Well, I got thought. Let me go hide somewhere and do what I got to do real quick." So if I have a verse in my
Job
head,
ain't watching out.
yeah. If I got a verse in my head, I will sneak off somewhere and I'll write it down or I'll put it on my phone as quick as I can. And then when I get home, I'll get to playing the beat and I'll get to vibing to it and I'll be like, okay, what happened to me today? And I get to thinking about it. And then, because with me, man, me being from Atlanta, I got a lot of punchlines and metaphors in my music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Where I am now in my life, it opened up a lot of avenues.
Okay.
Because if you're looking through one scope, you're gonna always talk about that same scope. But if you start looking at it through multiple scopes, now you know how the guys say, man, I don't want to be put in a box. Some guys don't know how to come out of that box. It's a way to be in that box and come out of that box, but still be in that box.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
So if you're not reading it, I'm gonna tell you what my big bro told me, man. I love him for that. He told me this one thing that always told me that got me to change my avenue of what I do. He said, man, everybody be reading the Bible like a novel. And when he told me that, I was like, that's true. It's like, dog, I've been doing that. So what I did was I got to read and I got to looking at different words and etymology of words and what they really mean. Mm-hmm. And then, man, once I did that, Most High got real loud. So stuff started opening up. And I started saying stuff like, dog, did I say that? Like I got a verse where I go, I got a song that I haven't put out yet, which is called I think it's Revolutionary.
Okay.
Can't forgive me if I forgot what it was, but I go I say back to a corner, Titans want to murder me, but they'll sling shots like a rifle. I metaphorically spoke of David and Goliath. But if you're not reading and understand what I'm saying, you won't understand. The slingshot's like a rifle. That's David. Titans, I'm talking about Goliath. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I went to expand. And I was like, oh, did I say that? So I get to write, and I was like, okay. I was like, dog, Robert, your vocabulary done shut up. I was like, oh wow. So I was like, and then all of a sudden now, man, when I sit and I get a beat in my head, I get to writing these songs, man, and I come up with some stuff, and I be like, man, I can't wait to share this with people.
Right.
And most people, they be like, man, you should have been out there with the greats already. I said, brother, I'm a one-man army. I said, I'm supporting me, period. But like I said, man, that's my thing. It really just life. The text, everything that deals with what we deal with when we get up in the morning to the time we lay back down. That's a utensil to use in your everyday life when you got an issue or you want to write about it. If you got an issue about something, you don't have to lash out on anybody. Go set pen that piece of paper and create a story on that pad. And I promise you, it'll edify somebody else who might be going through it but might be scared to say something about it.
Hey, anger and stress management 101.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's that's my therapy. My wife would tell you that the bigger issue I have is when I'm in the car and people can't drive. So, but we're not gonna talk about that. I'm working on that issue.
Road raging.
I'm working on that issue, man. So, but yeah. But as far as the lyrics and the music goes, it's my everyday life, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, life inspires us all.
Yeah. So.
But I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap into this Make It Rain, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Definitely let it rain.
Yes.
Let it rain. I keep saying make it rain.
Ah.
I'm telling on myself.
Let it rain.
Let me go ahead and tie this money. Let me stop. But yeah, like we were saying, we're gonna let it rain, man, and go ahead and introduce the people to Let It Rain.
This is Let It Rain. I was told this is one of my most prolific dope songs that I put out, man. Like I said earlier, Let It Rain. And, you know, I come up with this after having a bad day in my job, you know what I mean? And I sat and I was like, man, shout out to Shannon Howell, man, who's on it, who's the artist on it, who put the hook on it. She's a dope artist. But Let It Rain, man. When you got issues, you cannot allow it to hold you down. You got to push forward. You gotta let that umbrella go. Don't cover. We like to be covered when we got an issue, but you can't deal with an issue like that. So if you allow the issue to manifest itself, and then call on the power of the Most High.
That's right.
To guide you, get you where you need to be. Once you eventually go through that process,
Right.
you will come out of that rain. But you won't let it hold you down. And I can't keep falling and getting back up. But I gotta let it rain. So you know what I'm saying? So
go.
this is FM Stokes, Let It Rain. Hope y'all enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Hit it rain, hit it rain, hit it rain. Okay, man, I'm about to get this flow in. Holy Ghost got me floating. Tryna find out what this all about. Man, I found bitches in my program. Them cinder blocks won't hold me down, cause them anchor weights have been broken. Them stigma in my 2020, but without my God, I can't focus. And I'm hoping everything that I live on in this life, it ain't vain. Don't really wanna be the root of that sin, so that we cultivate that pain. Every day is a battle, and every day is a work I'm on me to get close to what God has in those promises. And I promise this, it won't hurt you. No weapons formed in the physical. Got a mind full of giants in the spiritual. Be an instrument that they can follow to. So when the curveballs pitch, I can follow through. And I'm off my square. Guess that paradise cease is a virtue. We take for granted those simple things. It be the simple things, we ain't over pains. Still I rise my Angelo. Been searching for the essence of some month's truth. Stare at the judge with my hands up high. Pledge to religion, all my flesh will die. And they said the best things, give it to you, and life is for free. Don't really know about that, but this grace is a fact. You can call it abundant life on my leash, let it rain, 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 rain. And I can't keep falling and get back up. Just keep falling and get back up. But I gotta let it rain. And I can't keep falling and get back up. Just keep falling and get back up. But I gotta let it rain.
This rain can't hold me down. No, this rain can't hold me down. No, this rain can't hold me down. No, this rain can't hold me down. Holy Ghost got me floating, but I'm let it
Yo, worthy of your worship. I put the word again with the worthless. If it's all me, separability, it didn't absolve me. And ragged thoughts collide with the memories of how I changed. Cause life was full of so many empty lanes, but that's past tense. Gotta call for Christ. On trial for death, the verdict was life, so it's alright. And when I get it twisted, my human nature may make mistakes. And if I sin today, it won't change the fact that my righteousness is glued in the place full of religion. You wouldn't like that. If you cast a stone, check out my last bar. See, authority has been justified, so I'm obligated to cast right back and pray for the better for those who need change. You a child of the king, you win cause he reigns. Looking at you, it's like looking at me. A reflection of how life used to be. Just keep using me for your purpose. Hit it like a porch of canvas, rock blemishes. Spoke to my friend, he said fake to you. Like Shadrach, I've been fireproof. Hide lose my mind. If it wasn't for the book of wisdom that teaches me to walk toward the light, exposing that dark. Trust in God to keep perfect peace. Take a breather and let it soak on in. Sin was in the form of a woman, a relationship. Packed up my bags and walked out on it. Let it rain, 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 rain. And I can't keep falling and get back up. Just keep falling and get back up. But I gotta let it rain. Yeah, and I can't keep falling and get back up. Just keep falling and get back up. But I gotta let it rain.
just listened to Let It Rain by the homie FM Stokes, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Another awesome interview with the homie, man. We glad that you came through, my brother.
I'm glad I did myself, man.
All right, man. So hit the people with the social media before you get out of here, man, and your upcoming shows, man.
Man, you can catch me SoundCloud, Faith_music, Instagram, FM Stokes, or either just look for Faith_music. Same thing with Facebook, that's Robert Faith Music. On there, I used to have Stokes on there, but I'm gonna change it back in a little while. I got a show coming up, man, with my brother Praiser. If I'm not mistaken, them Royalty Boys are on there too. But this would be this 28th. What's that? Saturday. Yeah. It'll be the 28th coming up. Have another show on August the 4th with my brother Reggie Hicks, man, the birthday bash. Down at I think not Connect Church. I forgot the name of the church, what it is, so I have to check back into that again. Also, I got a Auburn Fest coming up. I'm still waiting on the details on that one. That's in October. And currently working on a mixtape called On Another Level. Those different things. Also, man, I got to get this. I got to get into a lot of my studies. Because it's been a while since I've studied, because I've been working on getting this album done, Faith vs. Phil, which will be out sometime later October, hopefully. Like I said, I'm a one-man army working on this thing, man. And that's almost done. And that album is for all my big-time supporters, man, people who've been supporting me and just like, man, I need that album. I've been working on it. I've been waiting on it. I say, well, I got you. It's coming. Right. It's coming. So, man, everything Faith Music, man. Everything Faith Music, Faith_music, that MUZIC, not MUSIC, but with a Z. When you look up, man, you may see FM Stokes because I'm changing it. I've been out competing with all these people who got the same name, Faith. So every time someone is looking for my music, they end up getting Faith Evans, Faith Hill. Big Boy done wrote a song with a Faith in it. So working on just getting the name back to the original state, which was FM Stokes. Because I dropped the FM Stokes, gave Faith Music. But, man, everything Faith Music, man. If you want to find me, working on the website is coming. Most High willing. So stay tuned, man. I got some things in the work, man.
Whip it.
Yes, sir. Well, Faith Music, it was a pleasure.
Always.
Appreciate you coming in, kicking it with us on the Aspiring Artist Showcase. Hey, make sure y'all tune in every Monday, 7 p.m. The Aspiring Artist Showcase with them Royalty Boys. And go follow the homie Faith Music, man, and get that Faith vs. Fear coming out real soon. We love you. God loves you too. Keep Jesus first in your life. And we'll see you next week. Deuces, people.